counting. But I thought that was one of the best first kisses I've seen on a movie.
Oh, boy. Justin
Just
Baldoni,
saying.
you see, we've been talking to you all morning long. Good morning. Good to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. You guys are such lights.
We love your film. We love your work. We love what you've done with this book, which has, it sold 6 million copies, Colleen Hoover's book. I've been, in anticipation of you coming here, I went on Reddit to see what people are saying about the book in anticipation of the film. They love the book. So there's millions of fans out there. You are one of those fans. You immediately bought this book right, and you wanted to direct it. Why?
Well, I first optioned this book in 2019. And at the time, it had sold just under 1 million copies. And I had never read
read it? Yeah.
Well, I just started Wayfair Studios, and at the time, my book agent, shout out to Johanna Castillo, sent it to me. And she said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance?
The movie, which was released last August, became a box office success, bringing in more than $350 million globally, which is about $280 million EUR. However, despite this incredible financial success, things had not been rosy behind the scenes, and it all became evident when, in December, Lively filed a legal complaint against her co-star in which she accused him of sexual harassment and starting a smear campaign against the first signs of a problem that came during the press tour for a film about domestic abuse. The press tour, for It Ends With Us, was not what everyone expected, especially with Blake spearheading the campaign. There were pink carpets, a ton of flowers, and the promotion of Lively's new hair care brand and her husband's gin company. Instead of promoting the message of the movie on the red carpet, Lively focused on fashion and florals. It's even more surprising that at some of the premieres, such as the one held in London, the press was instructed to keep questions fun and lighthearted, with one event organizer telling members of the press to steer away from questions on domestic abuse, but more notable than the wrong direction of the press was Justin Baldoni's absence in the press hour. The co-stars Justin and Blakely were not photographed together on the red carpet at the film's New York premiere. The male main character of the movie was absent at the London premiere, and to make things more suspicious, the press was asked to not ask questions about him, although he was on the internet. Prowlers noticed that cast members, including Lively and author Hoover, did not follow Baldoni on social media. Nobody made mention of a feud. In fact, Baldoni praised his co-star, telling Today that she was a dynamic creative and described how she was involved in everything. She had her hands in every part of this production, and everything she touched made it better, he said about the 37-year-old. But the world was watching, and they noticed that during the film's press tour, he hired a crisis manager, Melissa and Nathan, whose previous clients include Johnny Depp and Drake.
Understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you. What's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you, and then we could...
Then shortly after the press tour, Lively was the victim of severe criticism on social media relating to her comments on that movie tour, as well as from old interviews she was called tone-deaf clueless. And everything in between. The criticism was so intense that actor Brandon Senar, who plays Atlas in the film, had to defend Lively with a post on Instagram where scolded the people vilifying the women involved in the film. He said it was disheartening to see the amount of negativity being projected, especially with someone close to him who had experienced a relationship similar to Lily's had acknowledged the impact of the film, even going as far as saying it saved her life. Things took a backbench for a bit until 4 months after. The film's launch, Lively took legal steps against Mr. Baldoni in which she accused him of sexual harassment. Wayfarer Studios, Mr. Baldoni's production company, which produced It Ends With Us, was also listed as a defendant. Mr. Baldoni and Wayfair CEO Jamie Heath were accused of repeated sexual harassment and other disturbing behavior. Blake also made it known in the complaint that she wasn't alone, as other female members of the cast had previously made such complaints. She further revealed that despite going into a meeting with the defendants alongside her husband to explain these concerns during the production of the movie, they had not taken heed. They had done as they pleased, and due to her constant resistance, they had launched a smear campaign against her. She accused him of devising a plan to destroy her reputation in the press and online, including hiring a crisis manager who led a sophisticated, coordinated, and well-financed retaliation plan against her and used a digital army to post social media content that seemed authentic in the filing. It was written that to safeguard against the risk of Miss Lively ever revealing the truth about Mr. Baldoni, the Baldoni Wayfarer team created planted, amplified, and boosted content designed to eviscerate Miss Lively's credibility, also included that they engaged in the same techniques to bolster Mr. Baldoni's credibility and suppress any negative content about him. Due to all these alleged steps taken by Baldoni to ruin her, Blake claims she suffered great harm immediately after the complaint was filed. Mr. Baldoni's legal team made it known that all her claims were categorically false and said the crisis manager had been hired because M. Lively had threatened to destroy the film unless her demands were met.
Through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
Mr. Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Fredman, responded to the claim, saying it is shameful that Miss Lively and her representatives would make such serious and categorically false accusations against Mr. Baldoni, Wayfarer Studios, and its representatives. He also accused her of making numerous demands and threats, including threatening to not show up to set and threatening to not promote the film, which would end up ultimately leading to its demise during release. If her demands were not met in early December, Baldoni got an award for Women's Solidarity, honor by Vital Voices, a global nonprofit organization that focused on empowering women, had to take back their award after Lively's complaints, saying that his actions were contrary to the values it held. And while the New York Times was still trying to fight back, Baldoni filed a $400 million lawsuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Rold. He sued them on claims of civil extortion, defamation, and invasion of privacy. His lawyer, Brian Fredman, said the actress and her partners had disseminated grossly edited, unsubstantiated news and doctored information to the media in a feeble attempt to appease Baldoni. They asked him to please let the legal process play out now that he had enough to be vindicated. One of those who might have initially felt sorry for Blake, but soon realized her mistake was Anna Kendrick, who knew firsthand what working with the Gossip Girl star was like. She even felt more furious after watching Justin's recent interview, where he shared the mental and anxiety issues he was suffering from due to Blake's accusations. This anger reached its peak when she discovered that Blake's recent negative press was rubbing off on the new movie to be released. Anna had shared a promotional poster for their upcoming film, A Simple Favor 2, and instead of the barrage of support she usually got from her fans, she got comments like, "Did Ryan rewrite a scene?" In reference to Lively's actions while filming, "It ends with us." Another comment said, "Nope, nope, nope, sorry, Anna, I will watch the next one. Not supporting this movie or anything with Blake Lively in it." A third also commented, "Love you, Anna, but I can't stand Blake anymore. I will not be watching this movie." For someone who avoids any sort of drama, this was too overwhelming, and it made it difficult for her to promote the film to make things worse. Blake didn't call to apologize. She stayed quiet and hidden after hitting the hornet's nest. Some people close to Anna said the Pitch Perfect star believes Blake owes them an apology. She owes Anna an apology. She owes them all an apology. Anna is just over all of it. If Anna were in this position, she would not be letting the film take the fall for her own personal issues. Sources said, Paul has tried to paint Blake in a positive light when one social media critic commented that the movie was likely hijacked by Blake. "It's my cut. There is no other cut." Blake has been nothing but supportive and a dream to work with. She is the best and an amazing collaborator, and I'm her biggest fan. "Just wanted to clear that up," he said. However, his attempts have not made a mark, as many still believe Blake only lives to steal the spotlight. Hopefully, the movie, which is set to be released on the 7th of March 2025, earns a positive review. So what do you think of all that has been discussed? Do you think Blake has to apologize to Anna and the rest of the Simple Favor 2 cast? Kindly let us know in the comments section also. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You have to turn on your notification button to be one of the first to have access to our exciting videos. See you in the next video.